The CV-19 pandemic continues to sweep the globe. We all sit at home waiting for the latest information. The stage we find ourselves at today sees the granting of emergency powers to governments around the globe, a global pausing of what many see as freedom and liberty in the fight against the enemy to all of humanity. Why do they need to make such sweeping changes? What powers have they gained? And what can we expect in the future? Let's take a look. Welcome to IF, videos on history, mystery and the strange. Hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a video again. Let me start out by saying I don't normally make this type of content, as you guys know, but I really felt that these things needed to be said, or at least some questions asked, this while we still can. If we go back just a few months to the end of 2019, the world was a very different place. Protests were sweeping the globe from 2019 to 2020, the majority of people across the planet aligning with a number of movements that were growing fast. Known as the global protest wave of 2019, this being a term used to describe the abnormally large number of high-profile protests that happened during 2019, continuing until the pandemic hit this year. Protests classified in the wave include those in the Arab world, Iran, Hong Kong, France, Catalonia, and Latin America. The mainstream media has described them as having many causes and one thing in common, the most prominent being the end of the current governments, their structure, and the unbalance of power they see at work in today's society. This brings us to the mess we are in now. Some may say that the current crisis has arrived at a very important time. I chat with many of you guys through the comments and on social media, and it seems a trend is emerging. This trend is that many feel there is more going on with the current crisis than we are being told. The first idea I think may have some credibility is that we are being prepared to move onto a digital currency, a currency that could be global. Electroverse.net writes, "This is the power play for the New World Order, a cashless society and the long prophesied transhuman paradise. Read 1984, the Book of Revelation, Brave New World, and you will get some idea. Like the seasons, this is part of the cycle. This has happened many times before, as civilizations have risen and fallen over the last 200,000 years. This at one time was seen as a crazy tinfoil hat wearing fantasy, but today it does look like a real possibility." The Telegraph, a very respectable British newspaper, ran this story: "Will the virus spell the end of cash in Britain?" They wrote, "Cash has been on the decline in Britain for some time. By the end of the decade, coins and notes could account for just 1 in 10 transactions, according to a government commissioned study published last month. The reasons for this decline are obvious. The convenience of contactless and mobile payments has all but confined cash to a marginal payment system, but a new element has entered the fray, which may hasten its demise: hygiene. As the virus continues to spread across the UK, more businesses are switching to cash-free operations in order to help stem the spread. A quick internet search of Cashless Society will bring up a number of articles written over the past week asking if we should no longer use cash. When the question is being asked, often the answer has already been decided. The fear of moving to a cashless society is that money effectively becomes a scoring system, with the only value coming from those that set it. This situation creates huge dependency on the state, and if they so wished, a person could be wiped out if they go against the system. We would all be working for the company store." Others say that we can expect something more paradigm shifting for humanity, and that this could be the revealing that intelligent extraterrestrial life has been visiting the planet. The measures implemented for the virus to stop public panic as the world learns that we are not alone in the universe, the virus being a man-made cause for a global lockdown and control. Conspiracies are spreading like the virus. Most believe that CV-19 is a terrestrial problem, one that has not a lick to do with space. But consider this: We are living at a time when we are forced to stay inside, and if alien ships were to arrive from the stars, this would provide an element of cover. Those that do watch the skies have noticed a fair bit of activity of late, with some good videos and images doing the rounds online. Humanity has displayed behaviour that has many saying they understand why such an event would be kept under wraps. The hoarding of toilet paper says enough. Some say that the virus itself is the alien, an idea I have looked at in a video linked above. While we are looking towards space for an answer, how about an event that has been unfolding all this week? The pandemic may be doing its best to wipe us out, but to add to the problems we face, NASA's Center for Near-Earth Object Studies, or CNEOS, has said that starting on the 21st of March and 23rd, a total of 4 asteroids will come close to Earth. Who knows, maybe even so close they could hit. The 4 asteroids have been named by CNEOS as 2020 FK, 2020 FS, 2020 DP4, and 2020 FFI. The FK is the smallest of the bunch, which is just 43 feet in diameter. It is coming towards our planet at a speed of over 37,000 kilometers per hour and will pass by at a distance of 1.36 million kilometers. The 2020 FS is slightly larger with a diameter of 56 feet and is travelling at a relatively lower speed of just 15,000 kilometers per hour. It will be the farthest asteroid to fly by Earth at around 3.5 million kilometers away. The 2020 FK flew by our planet at 9:35 IST, whereas the 2020 FS will pass by at around 8:59 IST. On the 23rd of March, we'll see the 2020 DP4 make its approach toward Earth. It is the largest of the lot with a diameter of 180 feet. It will be flying at a distance that's 1.35 million kilometers away from Earth at a speed of 29,000 kilometers per hour. So apparently there's nothing for us to worry about. But what if they have made a mistake? An object this big could potentially spell the end of the human race if it was to strike the planet. NASA expects the space rock to come flying by on a so-called Earth close approach this week on March 27th, but the asteroid will only come close in astronomical terms, which means it will be many millions of miles away. NASA said, as they orbit the Sun, NEOs can occasionally approach close to Earth. Note that a close passage astronomically can be very far away in human terms, millions or even tens of millions of kilometers. So could we be looking at a situation like that which was seen in the movie Deep Impact? You decide. The last idea a few of you guys have commented on is the idea that 5G has something to do with the virus. Even large media providers have asked this question and see a shared pattern. The ongoing pandemic has us all worried, but add a technology to the current situation that many say is a planned operation being carried out by the New World Order. These claims say that the virus is a result of 5G exposure, a mass depopulation project, a plot led by Bill Gates, or a ploy to vaccinate people with a tracking microchip, something that targeted individuals have said is coming, and that they were the test subjects of a program that will be a worldwide plot, the plot of 5G. The Stop 5G UK group has more than 27,000 members, one of whom posted this: "I've heard it's not a serious virus. It's about as bad as a flu or a cold. So really, this is a perfect plan to cover up EMF/5G related illnesses." As is always the case, the powers that be have been removing these stories, saying they spread unnecessary alarm and panic. This then feeds into the cycle of paranoia, as the censorship is often seen as proof that the truth was being told and is now being silenced. Fake news being today's cry for the suppression of facts. These are just a few of the theories that are swirling around at the moment, and when people are locked in with very little to do, they will find them and read them. The problem here is not that these articles are being written, it's the reaction of the people themselves. We have all seen those who have treated the outbreak as an excuse for a holiday, gathering with friends for food and drinks and ignoring all warnings. This leading us into a situation where full lockdowns are now in place. Before the lockdowns, the panic buying and hoarding all tells us that people aren't ready or just practice active denial of the problems that they face. The fact of the matter is this: it doesn't matter what you believe is the cause of the virus or if some other world-ending event is coming. We are under a state of emergency and kept in our homes. It's a situation that people can't fight against or change. A person may try to, but an arrest would quickly follow, and then they would be spending quarantine in a 6x4 cell rather than at home with access to the internet and information. This bringing me to my final thought. If you do believe that there is some nefarious plan unfolding, use this time, gather the evidence, save the videos and important articles, write your ideas down. When we finally come through this terrible event we all find ourselves witnessing, there will be plenty of time to publish these ideas, and if there is enough evidence, maybe even file charges. Until then, stay home, watch, learn, and build an argument for the theory. What do you think about the many conspiracies floating around the internet at the moment? Are they harmful or helpful? What other ideas on CV-19 have you heard? Let me know in the comments below. Stay safe and healthy, and if you would like to show me some support during this difficult time, there are links provided in the video description. If you enjoy what I do here on the channel, hit that red button, like and share. You can catch the latest by searching We Are If. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.